six. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Top six, big six, whatever you want to call it, Carl.
Shout out Motion with Sports. Come on.
Then Saka, food and hearing the brain
also told the whole world that he's better than half the league.
Follow them, man. New up and coming, new wave, new idea, new motion.
Yes, people, what's going on? It's your boys, Motion with Sports, shows and hands. That time of the week, top six therapy, you get what I'm saying? Listen, the FA Cup weekend was dead. For me personally, you get me? 40 games.
Yeah, shoot for yourself, bro.
40 games a season, you get me? I'm tired of it. Club football is back finally, and we're there tomorrow. But I got the boys with me. Obviously, Hans, what you saying, my boy?
I'm easy, bro. I'm easy. Can't really complain, man. Can't really complain. The panel, we got Errol and Shaq. How you guys feeling today, man?
Oh, I feel good. I can't complain, genuinely, as you say. Might have been a dead weekend for you, but some of us had to put the work in, so I'm glad we did. But, oi, big up your intro as well. That intro's hard.
I see like
you man have got some motion right now. Do you get me? We're doing that thing, bro. Nah, fair. Nah, I hear it. Nah, I love to see the work he's putting in. So yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
And big up Shaq as well.
No, big up Errol, man. Big up Errol. Hope everyone's good on the palo as well, man. Can't wait to get it in. You know, I know my team's doing well, but I always find something to complain about. You know what I mean? I'm only young guy, and it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, we'll get into it.
All right, listen, make sure you subscribe to Shaq. Do you know what I'm saying? Football Locker Room banner. Go over there and subscribe. Errol, you're going to see him on Redman TV, but if you want to see his personal views, go and check out his Twitter, innit? Good peoples, man. Please make sure you're supporting the man them. But listen, let's not waffle. Let's get straight into it. Let's talk about Arsenal. We're going to start with Arsenal just because you kick us off tomorrow against Wolves. But I want to talk on two things before we touch on Wolves. I want to talk about Saka's new contract. 350k a week. It's been agreed a long time ago, but now it's been pen to paper. I want your thoughts on that, Shaq, and I want the panel's thoughts also. 350k, you know what I'm saying? I could take a little 50, a little 10, a little 5. That's all I'm marking, maybe. And then also his new position, Saka, number 10, played there against Wolves. Obviously, he broke into the side as a left back, and he's played there at 8. I think he was under Emery very briefly. But yeah, we're gonna start on that. Shaq, what's your thoughts, bro, on his new contract and also his new position, possibly?
I can't lie, I thought it was 300,000 or 350. You know what I mean? That's a step too far. I don't know, man. I'm a bit indifferent. I think, excuse me, with the long-term injury that man sustained, yeah, he just don't look like the same player. Even before the injury, he wasn't producing as much. It's a difficult position because he's almost like the face of the club. Do you know what I mean? Year and a half left in his contract. You don't want to run it down. At the end of the day, like if you're an important player, yeah, to a big team or to a team that makes a lot of money, you're gonna give them big bread in it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of part and parcel. It's just, yeah, I would like to see what our plan with him is going forward. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know, maybe he just needs to run the games, but him on that right wing, I don't know if man's cooked or not. Do you know what I mean? Because I've been said already. I love Saka, but he's not great. He's a solid 7 out of 10 out of everything, but he wasn't rapid, you know what I mean, before the injuries. He wasn't the most skillful. He was intelligent, to be fair, you know what I mean, hence why, who knows, him moving into the midfield might be the right choice, you know what I mean. He's got a right physicality for it as well, for a slim body, you know what I mean. He's strong. He's Nigerian, you know what I mean, so it's in it, you know what I mean, like, he can roll players as well, and I think sometimes you will need it in the middle of the pitch. Not in the same style, but you know how like Gravenberch can get the ball in the half-turn roller, man, and just use his strength for that. Obviously, you're not saying Saka's anywhere near as strong as that, or whatever, but you know what I mean?
I hear it.
Yeah, that's something that you probably can start, but yeah, it just better work out, man, because me personally, I would have kind of left it to the summer, you know what I mean? Little 1-2 conversations in the background. Hey, yo, Michael, we doing, man? Get out of Germany, man. Come back to London. Now, because I'm concerned, guys. I can't lie. I am a bit concerned when it comes to Saka, man. The one little bit of explosiveness that he had, I don't see him have it. He's not even making the right decisions no more. Just cutting it and shooting into Rosetta, man. So yeah, it's tricky, man. But moving into midfield could be a possible solution. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want to go through all of it now. But there's just a lot of questions with the squad in general. Because if he moves into there, do we buy another right winger? What's going to happen with Ethan? Because we're trying to train him to be in the number 10. So yeah, I think a lot of questions need to be answered. I can't blame the club for giving him the contract, but there is a bit of concern where it's like it might not be worth it come a year or two time. But
I
we'll
was
have to see.
I'm about to ask you a question, there, Shaq. On
Mm.
that, there with the contract situation, do you think he is going to work the size of the contract based on what he's done in his body of work, or do you think it's about future proofing and hoping that he gets to that next level now? Because I'll give you two examples. You paid the bread for Aubameyang, and when you paid the bread for Aubameyang, that was as good as it got. Likewise, we've almost done the same with Salah on this contract and the contract that we went and put him on. It's like he even admitted it and said it himself. You've paid me for what I've done for you in the club, so I expect to be starting to an extent. So, where do you see the distribution of that contract for Saka?
I think, in the club's perspective, is a bit of both. You know, I mean, like the guy's not an old man, and they obviously, I think Arteta was still wanting to be the starting right winger, anyways. Do you know what I mean? So I think it is a part of what he's done in the past and what he's going to do. The brother's still only 24, 25. Do you know what I mean? So that's not to say that the guy can't reinvent himself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I therefore do think it's a bit of both. But again, like, if we're talking about what he's done for a year and a half, he ain't really been there, is he, guys? Like, let's be honest.
Well,
Like,
he's asking for Salah money, bro. He's asking. I would say what you want about Salah this season, our kid. Salah still put up more goal contributions than Saka and Palmer and a couple of other men that I could throw under the bus. But let's concentrate.
Salah had to wait until he was 32 to get that bread, you know. Imagine that. Man had to wait until he was 32. That's crazy. And to the level that Mo Salah produces to you is nothing compared to Saka, man. And listen, all my Arsenal brothers and sisters out there, you man are trying to put them two guys in the same conversation. I listen, man, punch yourself in the face, I beg. Like, you need to, like, it's not the same thing. Like it's not. I'm sorry, but he isn't the most skillful, and he's not the most. He doesn't produce a lot in it. Do you know what I mean? Not as much as we hyped him up to be, kind of thing. So
Can I ask you a question though, Shaq? Don't you think this is a decision Arsenal had to do in terms of keeping Saka? You know what? I'm gonna go back to like the Wenger days, where Arsenal let contracts run down. Do you know what I'm saying? You saw it with the Van Persies, you saw it with other players, you saw it with Alex Song and all of these players. Now Arsenal are kind of changing that formula, and you're in that position where you don't have to sell, and you can commit to 300k a week, 350k a week. I understand your concerns in regards to Saka and his form since he's been back, but don't you think this is something Arsenal had to commit to?
yeah, no, like I said earlier on, like, I don't blame the club. Like, it's kind of a difficult position to be in, so I don't blame them for giving it a new contract. I'm just giving it the little, you know what I mean, the little side eye. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Side
saying.
eye in terms of keeping Saka or the money?
No,
Yeah.
I think before Shaq goes, I feel like when Shaq's saying side that, it's more of a case of he ain't performing at the level that he was performing at back in the day. So it's like he's got the new deal, but it's like his performance don't warrant that deal right now. But it makes sense for him to be on 300k a
No,
week,
but
bro.
what's he currently on prior to the contract? What's his current like?
Oh, I think he still was on a good 200 still, 200 and something. Yeah, he was still on good money, you know what I mean? But obviously contracts running out in it, you know what I mean? Yeah. And
When
like
was
I
it
said,
running out, by the
the
way?
face of the club.
Next summer.
Oh, next summer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we kind of had to make a decision in it, you know what I mean? There was no way that they was not gonna give him a new contract in it. So like I said, I can't blame the club. He was a key player. He has done a lot for us throughout the years.
What bread would you have put on the table?
Man said
250.
the same amount, but that's never gonna happen. So he was always gonna. Me in that position, I'd probably do the same thing in it. Like, he was always gonna, you know what I mean, kind of look for that kind of money. Like I said, he's the face of the club. Do you know what I mean? So I can't blame them. I'm just saying, me personally, I would have had conversation in the background with certain agents like, yo, how much would it be to get this guy? Whatnot. Me personally, innit? Me personally, but
So right now, yeah, as we've got the guys here, is Saka worth 300k a week right now?
To Arsenal, yeah, he is.
Well, exactly. That's what Arsenal he is. Yeah.
Fairs.
That's the simple as I can put it. It might, again, in terms of his performances right now, I don't think so. I'm in like agreement in with the whole panel in terms of since he's been back. I think he's like lost a little step in terms of he's never been rapid, but he's been quick off the mark. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like he's lost a yard in that sense, but even like I just don't think he's as decisive as he used to be. Do you get what I'm saying? If you watch Saka when he was younger, bro, I feel like it was just more instinct. It was just there. It was there. But now it's more, I don't know. But then again, am I blaming Arteta?
Well, that was what I was going to say. It'll be interesting to see how the season pans out for Arsenal. And if Arteta is, even if he wins or if he doesn't, if he's somebody that the board invest another 2, 3, 4 years in. Because ultimately, the length of this contract, it's all going to be dependent on the manager that Saka plays under for the next 4 or 5 years. And if it's going to be Arteta, it might be like you're suggesting, more of the same, which could result in a bit of a decline. If it's a next manager, all of a sudden, again, he knows he's going to be the most important player in the team and he's going to want to be somebody that the manager's going to utilise and try and get the best out of. So it might give him a little fresh lease of life. But I understand exactly what Shaq's saying, to be honest with you. And I think the only big concern that I would have if I was an Arsenal fan would probably be just that injury record. Like, again, the added thing, without trying to compare them too much to Salah, is the fact that his availability, he's only ever missed like no more than 5 games across his whole, do you know what I mean? In terms of, obviously, he goes to AFCON, but in terms of fitness wise, it's an incredible record. Saka's had a couple of big injuries, and you just think, okay, do they eventually start to take its toll as well?
Yeah, you know, again, a good segue was obviously Saka played in midfield, sort of, right 10. What do you feel about him playing that? I mean, that's a good position because I feel like there's less running, and I feel like he could revive. I know I say revive like my man's like 30, but could that benefit him in the long run?
I mean, boy, listen. First off, yeah, remember this brother's been playing first team football since 17. You know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was a regular in the team from like late 18. You know what I mean? So he does have a lot of mileage in his legs. Like I said earlier, he actually has a decent. Build to play midfield. I want to say he has the intelligence. He's had the intelligence. I think his decision making usually is on point. Last season or so, I just think it's been off. Do you know what I mean? By him, but only thing I would say is that it was Wigan in it. Do you know what I mean? It was Wigan. I need to see it against a Premier League team. Do you know what I mean? Where when he's trying to carry the ball through the middle or these underlapping runs or whatever, do you know what I mean? Are people gonna clock onto it quicker? Do you know what I mean? Is he gonna be able to carry the ball? Is he gonna get clamped and whatnot? You know what I mean? So yeah, like we just need to need to see it in the Prem. Do you know what I mean? Especially with the pace of the game. Is his passing gonna be good enough to, do you know what I mean, to create for us through the middle of the park? Well, we don't really attack through the middle of the park anyways. Hell am I talking about? But you get what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna have that ability to
just on that point, Shaq, exactly. I was watching your last game against Brentford and I was watching the pass map. Everything down the wings, nothing in the middle. Do you think now that Odegaard looks like he's going to be out, and I don't think Eze is going to play against Wolves as well. I know he had a good game against in the FA Cup against Wigan, but we've seen in the Prem, Arteta don't trust my man. Let's be real. Do you know what I mean? So I think Saka can kind of allow you to play through the middle a bit more because, like you said, I feel like the way he receives the ball is you don't really have that anywhere else. I know Eze is good at receiving the ball, but in terms of like holding people off and that sense and physicality, maybe you start playing through the middle with Saka there, and you potentially Madueke starts again because he looked like he's been in form. If I'm honest with you,
that's true, yeah. But you know what it is. Aside from our wide areas, yeah, I think. When it comes to our players in the central areas, especially attacking, yeah, because we play this horseshoe football, yeah, it's very hard for them to get inside the game. So again, obviously, it's not just about Saka's ability; it's also how we play. Like you said, we attack down the sides. You know what, Shells? I've been saying this all flipping season. I've been saying this from October. Why is it that my fullback's got more shots than my flipping striker? Why?
Yeah.
Why is it 1-1 against Chelsea, last minute, Gyökeres goes up for the head of Timbers there? Why is my right back there? Even the game against Brentford, listen, fair play Timber, Gyökeres knocks it over, he's the one running behind. Please tell me, why is my right back there? Why is my fullback there? So,
and you know what it is as well, Jack? You know what it is as well? Sorry to interrupt you on this as well. You know, like Arsenal, yeah? If you had a Hakimi or Nuno Mendes, fair enough. Timber's a centre-back, bro. You get what I'm saying? He's a centre-back playing right-back. Okay? The same thing as your left-hand side as well. Calafiori, Hincapié, they're centre-backs first. They're not attacking outlets. So that's why I'm confused when I see these men so high at the pitch and in these attacking positions for Shaq, because it's like, bro, these men are not even, that's not their game. You don't have natural fullbacks.
Yeah. You gotta ask Arteta. You gotta ask Arteta that question, man. Honestly, I don't know what it is. He loves overloading the areas of the fullbacks, and it's like, bro, I don't get it. Like, why are my fullbacks closer to the width for the goal? So that's why for me, yeah, as much as Saka has different qualities and can benefit us through the middle, who knows? Maybe he will go looking for the ball more than Eze, for an example. But at the end of the day, yeah, multiple players are playing in that position, and no one's shining week in, week out, or at least most weeks. At what point, do I stop and say, do I keep on talking about the players, or is it now about the way that we play or how we approach games? Just every game, it goes around the back 4, 20, 30, 40 times. My goalkeeper gets more touches than my number 10 on my striker. Do you know what I mean? My wingers have to drop deep, pick up the ball and carry it 30, 40 flipping yards, and hold the touchline. Madueke is probably the only one that's great at that. Trossard, he's an inside forward. Martinelli, he's more dangerous in central areas. Please tell me why these guys are on a touchline. Trossard ain't got no pace. Why is this brother on a touchline? Please tell me. But when I complained earlier on to all my guys, it's like, oh, well, it don't matter. We're this amount of points ahead. We're that amount of points ahead. Now we're in the final furlong, the stage where we always bottle it. And now we're 2 wins and 6. And the set pieces ain't banging no more. And the own goals ain't on goaling. So
it's true.
We're in the driving seat, you know what I mean? But whoever plays where, bro, good luck to us, man. You know what I mean?
All right, cool. Shaq, hear this though before we move on to the quick Wolves preview, yeah? If I would have said this at the start of the season and given you Arsenal's position and everything on every competition they're in, would you have taken it?
Would I have taken it? Yeah, of course. But, bro, shit changes, isn't it? We're supposed to be in our battle. This is supposed to be 12. We're supposed to be 12 points ahead right now. You can't not go away to Nottingham Forest since the 91st minute and Gabriel and Rice are doing 1-2s and that. Can't be doing that. Furthermore, why do I see Rice in my box? Why do I see him there? What was he known for at West Ham? Man was a ball winner, proper DM, whatnot. Why is he in my box? We are in a good position, but I'm sorry, the final optics, it doesn't breed confidence, man. So yeah,
hey, Shaq, quickly, I've got 2 questions for you. Yeah, so number 1, are you nervous that City the Sharks are lurking? And 2,
I'm not. Sorry, go on.
No. And 2, can Arsenal do the quadruple?
First off. Apologies. Sorry, what was the first question again?
Are you worried that City are lurking?
I'm not worried. I'm just I'm a bit apathetic to the situation. I've been beaten up already, and I'm still living that. If I see 5-6 man rushing me, what can you do? Man's been through this already.
I hear it.
It is what it is. Hopefully we crawl over this line or set pieces comes back to bang, and you know what I mean, someone can pop up with something. Because boy, I know what I'm gonna get from my team. I just let it play out. You know what I mean? That's my attitude.
And then the quadruple, is that possible?
Hell no.
You're
level-headed. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna be real.
Yes, man. But yeah, listen, Wolves preview. Arsenal play them tomorrow. Yeah, what's your take, man? Who would you go with starting 11 and what are you looking to see?
Honestly, like I just said, I know what I'm going to get from my team. I'm going to play out the bat, try to draw them out, go down the wings. Trossard's going to twerk on the ball, million touches, try getting Cappy an overlap. Maybe I don't know, my bro. No, honestly, guys, remember,
You're
obviously,
tired. You're tired of your boo. You know. You're tired of Arsenal football.
That's
I
what
can
it
no,
tell.
sounds
I'm not, bro. I'm tired, man. Like people ask me what I can't keep expecting. I can't come here, yeah, and see the same thing over and over again and expect any different. Do you know what I mean? I'm just still expecting us. You know what? Let's just scum away through the rest of
You know what,
prep.
Shaq? I
You know what I
like you
mean?
a lot, man. I can't lie because, like, you already know your fan base, innit? You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, for me personally, I've been saying the same thing about Arsenal. When you man was smoking everyone early in the season, I said, bro, I'm still not gassed over these, man, bro. That was just me personally, over and over and over again. And the fact that you're one of, like, you're seeing what I've been seeing. Yeah, I hear it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Arsenal's football has been great, but I feel like you can't really complain when you're top of the league and you're winning your games, innit? You know what I'm saying? You're only as good as your last win or your last game. So fair enough, man. Do you know what I mean?
go on, Errol.
You're mute,
You're
Errol.
mute, you're mute.
Sorry, boys. My only counter to that would be that I've spoken to quite a few Arsenal fans this season, and one of the things that I said, obviously, you're right in what you're saying when you extended the lead at the start of the season and you had a big enough gap. The downside is the fact that they've let City back into it and they've left the door open. But I think if City win in the conversation right now, the only team that can really beat Arsenal is going to be Arsenal. And as
Yeah.
fans, I said it last season, I just kept saying to people, one game at a time. Like, even though everyone's telling me it's done, I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy it one game at a time. Because if I enjoy it one game at a time, what will be, will be. I can't force this mad expectation that we're going to win. It's got to be written just because we're having a good start. But I did say, you've got to learn to just enjoy it. Take it that one game at a time. And if you have got 4 trophies in your sights, it's not to say you're going to go for all 4, but just enjoy a trip down to Wembley. Enjoy knowing that he's going to be in the conversation for a title race with 10 games to go, and let that energy pour into the club rather than the nervous Arsenal energy that pours in more often than not when things go wrong. And I think it's that PTSD. I think it's that PTSD for Arsenal fans that kind of, as I say, it's a weird, what is it? It's intangible. You can't really quantify it and say it's this particular metric. But at Anfield, there's an energy that goes into the crowd, and Liverpool needs certain moments. It doesn't always work, but when it does, you can feel it. Arsenal do give off a different vibe, and that vibe sometimes lets them down. If he's putting a different energy, you might surprise yourselves. And that's just from experience.
Real quick, yeah. I don't even, when it comes to fans like myself, yeah, I don't even think it's PTSD because I don't fear no one. I'm not. It's not a thing of, look at City, they're coming behind us. It's, bro, look at us.
I feel like, exactly. I feel like it's the PTSD of your own shortcomings, though.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the other teams. It's more just your own shortcomings because you see your team be in strong positions and your team fold. Other teams haven't necessarily had to beat you 1v1, but you fell short over the course of games, whether that be a certain period from February or April or whatever that looks like. Do you get me?
But Errol, do you know what the big difference is though? Because you see, even a fan like as negative as myself, yeah, like 23, 24, I had some belief. Obviously, 22, 23 was kind of a shock. 23, 24, I actually had some belief because we can actually create chances. We can dictate games. We can have players camped in. There was creativity over there. Like I said, forget anything that's happened in past seasons. Errol, you watch my team. Hans, you watch my team. Shells, you watch my team. If this was Liverpool, if this was Chelsea, if this was United, and you're top of the league, are you? I'm just saying, and you watch what I watch week in, week out. Are you enjoying it?
No,
Are you?
Up until the 60th minute when Madueke scored against Brentford, I was in bed about to sleep. Big man thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I watch Arsenal, that's pretty much the consensus. But if you're winning and it brings you trophies at the end of the season, then who am I to say anything? But let's just get predictions for the game tomorrow. Shaq, I'll start with you. Obviously, what do you think the scoreline is going to be?
I'll go for 2-0.
Yeah.
Hans, you in
Nah,
agreement?
literally 2-0. 2-0 still.
Wolves, yeah.
Wait.
I think it's going to be a nervy 1-0. Are you at home or away?
Away.
Away, yeah. Nervy 1-0. You will get the job done, 1 goal.
Yeah, I think it's going to be either 1-0 or 2-0 as well. I think you lot will see it over the line. I think you'll be too strong for them defensively, but I don't think you're going to smash them. Arsenal not going to really smash any Prem team this season, in my opinion. But
just a quick reminder, we needed own goals the last time to beat them, and that was at our ground. So
there you go. So it's not going to be an easy game. But let's move on to Liverpool, innit? Let's move on to Liverpool. They've seemed to have turned the corner. I'm not gonna lie. They have seemed to have turned the corner. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wait. Before you go, Errol, bro, to beat Sunderland away, the only unbeaten side, bro. And then what?
No, we're not doing this. Sure, we're not doing this.
Hold on. Even in games, I feel like you've been better. No, Slot's been better.
Okay, so there's an argument to say that performances have improved by
100%,
10 to 15%, but we're not at that point where we are the best team throughout the course of a game, managing the game, and we had been that in previous campaigns, last season particularly under Klopp for large part, and seasons before with Jurgen Klopp, where you knew when Liverpool turned up it was a long day for anybody, and we're still a little bit 50-50 to an extent, because I think we're still going to have seasons like the rest of the season going to be like this, especially Prem. I think the games where they feel like the must-wins, the FA Cups and the Champions League in particular, I feel like you'll see more of the performances that, like, Liverpool have turned up. I think the Prem will be a little bit hit and miss, and that's where I'm not confident in. Because I've basically said we need to be in a position where the Prem allows us to have a springboard for some form into the cup competition towards the back end of the season. And in order to do that, I was wanting a 10 game, not necessarily that unbeaten run that we went through the other month, but I wanted a 10 game where you've got 7 or 8 wins and 3 draws. And you think, whenever we play other games around them, if we're continuing to win, before you know it, you've played 13, 14 games and you've not lost any. So the confidence is pretty much sky high again. And at this moment in time, I don't quite think we're there, if I'm being honest with you. I think we'll have good games in the cups, provided we get good draws in both of them, if that can continue. But at the same time, I'm not confident that the league is going to bear much fruit if we can't get our shit together. Because what good is it? Like, I was gutted that you 2 drop points the other day, because that loss against City feels even worse, because the performance started to get better.
Yeah,
we don't get it over the line. You know, we show that we've got that soft underbelly once again, and then we don't put in a good performance against Sunderland once you drop points. So it's like no one's moved anywhere. We're still exactly where we started, and 2 games have been worn down now. So there's 2 less games we've got to benefit and try and leapfrog either one of your teams. So at the minute, as I say, I'll take the cup run, and I think if Liverpool have to be a cup team between now and the end of the season, I'll take it, because we've still got 2 big cups to play for.
This though, Errol, you just said the league providing you a platform to go forward in cup competitions. I always talk about this on this panel, or should I just say in this chat? I always talk about your next fixtures. Liverpool's next fixtures now, are very kind in the Premier League. They're very, very.
You already
kind.
said it. There's no kind games in there.
This is. I'm just going off Errol's point of providing you a platform.
No, first.
These next 5 games now are your easiest games you get of the season. Then it's going to get harder again. It gets real hard after this pause. But let's just talk about it. We got Nottingham Forest away. You have West Ham at home. Then you have Wolves away.
Yep.
You have Liverpool at home. Then you have Brighton away. Then you have Fulham.
So you said Liverpool. You said we are. So someone at home after Wolves.
Yeah, FA Cup.
Yeah, FA Cup and Premier League away, both times.
Oh, okay.
Then you have Spurs at home.
Yeah.
Then you have Brighton away. Then you have Fulham at home. Then it goes to Everton. Then Crystal Palace. Then then Aston Villa. Then Brentford. You get what I'm saying? So those next 5 games are all.
Oh, but it's all right. So Forest's in that, fighting for the life. West Ham's in that, fighting for the life. Spurs was in that, fighting for the life. So there's a good few teams in there that, like, on paper, and as I say, if Liverpool turn up, it's a long day for them teams on paper, and I'd like to hope that Liverpool can come correct. But if they don't, and those other teams fighting for their life want to punch up Liverpool, do you not think that they can punch us up
Bro,
this season?
hey, and this is why everyone not even
Oh,
cutting your flow, yeah.
we can't duck and weave to save our lives
This-
right now. So
This is why, yeah. Second half of the season is so important, bro, because there's guys that obviously you're looking on paper, Liverpool should smoke these men or at least win. But there's context and shows love a lot. He loves the context, but it's like Nottingham Forest and West Ham. What? They're gonna be so rigid, bro. And we gotta go there and win. So then
Yeah,
I might
but
think
do
this.
you not prefer these man over like a Arsenal away or something?
I hear it.
So
I hear what you say.
the only benefit to that is the teams that you just mentioned, and even though I'm dismissing the fact that like we won't just walk over them,
Yeah.
I think it'll be closer or gives us more of an edge simply because they can't afford to just draw or not lose. Or lose, you know what I mean? They have to try and get something out of the game as much as Liverpool want to get something out of the game.
Man,
so
sorry again, not to cut, but this is what I'm saying. It's not just Liverpool. We gotta probably play these teams as well. United go play, bro. It's all gonna come around, bro. So it's not even a Liverpool thing, bro. Do you get it? And this is why the Premier League is a dark place, bro. You get me? You got guys fighting for the league. You got guys fighting for top 4. You got guys trying to survive in the Premier League, and then you got the teams that are in the middle where they're like, cool, are coasting, but on a good day, if it's at home, if they're at home, they can turn you over, bro. It's so dark.
And the league's so tight hands as well. It's like you said, the team that are coasting, couple wins, you're in Europe competition.
Hey, now it's like, cool. Now we're not trying to lose this spot, bro.
Yeah.
It's too much, man.
Yeah,
it's too much. And then it's again, not to even bring up Arsenal again. They gotta go and win almost every single game from here on out, bro, with a 4-point lead. And it's mad. Hey, listen, man, and then there's Champions Leagues in that as well. There's squad rotation. Listen.
If anything gives me any real confidence, it's that like certain players are now starting to step up for the team.
Yeah.
You get me? We're starting to see new leaders, so to speak, because we've had the old guard now for 5, 6, however many years, done amazing things, won enough stuff with us, but obviously all good things have got to come to an end or start to come to an end. So then you're looking around the rest of the squad to see, right, what's required and who are the individuals now that want to see this as the base level and kick us on. And our base level should be top 4, strong cup team or Premier, go for a title year in, year out. And players that want to take us to the next level, go to that world-class bracket. I think we've got 2 or 3 now that you could talk about and say, yeah, okay, they're serious. And they do bits in other teams right now as well.
Errol, this might be a bit rude, yeah? But obviously, see what it is with me, yeah? Growing up here, watching Liverpool, I can't lie, you man were a bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go too far.
How old are we, Hans? How old are we?
29.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay.
So
me personally, I ain't really seen Liverpool do a mad thing. In my obviously, when I'm saying mad thing, I'm saying like growing up. I know the last 5 years, 6 years, you man have, but you see when Gerald was playing, Carragher, right? Listen, you man didn't. You get it? I didn't feel Liverpool, but my question too is, yeah, do Liverpool revert back to them days, or could you man? Obviously, I know you got it's like you got guys still in their prime. Is there a case of Liverpool be a top 4 Premier? You know what I'm trying to say? In the near future,
I do get what you're saying. I think obviously there's a whole host of context as to why we weren't competing and competitive. And as I say, you're like 5 years younger than me. So at the same time, I still got to see the back end of the 90s and be around like treble winning squads and squads that done a little bit there, which you thought, okay, it was significant. It was really the noughties that dried up for Liverpool. And the one thing that we was living off was, all right, a couple of things we was living off. We had one of the best players that every team wanted for the best part of 10 years in Gerrard. So that was pride, personal pride. And then on top of that, we had the Champions League, and we dined out on the Champions League because it had been 6 or so years since the last English club had done it in United. And it sparked Roman Abramovich's obsession with it as well. So we felt like we had some relevance in the conversation. The one thing everybody wants, we won it in 2005, and then we got back to another final in 2007, and we was in the quarters or semis up until 2009 and 10, and then we just dipped away. But we was that cup team. That was our cup. Under Rafa, that was the cup. Whereas now, I think the infrastructure around the club, the setup, Obviously, there'll be question marks around the manager and how long that particular part of the process lasts. But I think the overall condition of the club, we're in a much healthier space to be competitive. If you look at the players like that we've bringing through, obviously Leone was unlucky this season with the injury, but he looked like a good addition to the squad. There's going to be a new lad that comes in, centre half department. We've just done the full backs. We've got the keeper. You know, Szoboszlai looks like he could be a future captain. Gravenberch is 23. You've got Isak and Ekatike. If those players look around and say, we've come to a club that wins, we need to continue and take on the mantle to continue winning. They all need to become world-class stock in the same way. Fabinho ended up being world-class. Mane was world-class. Firmino was world-class. You know, Virgil van Dijk. All these other players that have come in at the time, Alisson, they all stepped up when they got the call to come and play for Liverpool. This new 5 or 6 players that are kind of being fleshed out within this squad now, they need to be the ones that go and reach that next level so that the team have got a new foundation.
No, I'm with you. Listen, before go shows.
Just on that point, you mentioned important players. I want to talk about one of them who's out currently for 3 games, I believe.
He's not. He's back. He's back.
He's back.
He's back. You only got one game.
Why are you reacting at it? Are you shook?
You only got one.
Okay, cool. No, I'm not shook. All right, then forget that. That goes to my next question. So, Szoboszlai, I've been hearing a lot. Seen a couple Liverpool fans talking about what he's done this season. Do you think he's been the best midfielder in the league?
Huh?
Hey, this is Liverpool fans.
Nah,
bro.
man.
Oh, right. Let me just clear it up. So, I'd say probably about 6, maybe 10 of the year, just before Christmas times, I said he's been our player of the season so far. And it was easy because Liverpool weren't playing well. So him standing out in a bad team is by the by, makes no real difference. But since the turn of the year, I think his performances Champions League, performances in cup games, performances in the Premier League, you've got to look at him and say, Liverpool have had a bad season, and I couldn't pick out any of those Liverpool players that deserve to be in Team of the Year. But if there's any player that does, Dominic Szoboszlai deserves to be there. And one of the biggest reasons that I will give is because I think there was a portion of the Liverpool fan base with potentially the manager at the start of the season that thought McAllister, Gravenberch, and Waite is going to make up that midfield three. That'll be Liverpool's strongest midfield three. And Dominic Szoboszlai says, nah, I'm not having it. That can't run. And he's done everything within his power to become undroppable within this system, in no matter what position he plays. And I just think he's clutch. He's got his own clutch moments. He's got all different types of finishes. He's got all different types of passes. He's so versatile in the way that he can play multiple positions across the pitch, to be fair. And I just don't know if I've seen a run of any better individual midfield performances. I know I watch Liverpool very closely in comparison, but I'm not hearing people being talked about from the midfield department in the way that I'm hearing about him this season.
You know what? Just to add my 2 pence to this year, I feel like when Sobos came in, I feel like, put it this way, I feel like he's showing his price tag now, innit? Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like he came for big money, but I feel like his tenure at Liverpool prior to this season was a bit, I don't know. But then again, there was a lot of men shining. Salah, Mane, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not talking about money. But there was a lot of men that was performing well. And I feel like now that the team's a bit more, you get me? It's not what it was. I feel like he's stepped up, and you can't fault a guy for stepping up and being the main guy for Liverpool in that sense, for sure. So yeah.
What do you make of it, Shaq? Because obviously we're hearing enough group chat all the time, innit? It's about Szoboszlai, Rice. Where do you stand on Szoboszlai this season?
That's crazy, though.
Broski, I know.
I'm not. By the way, wait, before that goes here, when I'm talking about midfield, like that's the last man on my list. You know, that's just me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not midfielder. If you're my Szoboszlai, you're mad.
Yeah, but who's putting better performances than him? This is what he's last on your list, but who's actually put in better performances?
Bruno Guimaraes, Caicedo.
Bruno Guimaraes is putting better performances. Where in Newcastle?
Oh, so now you're doing the table thing.
It's not about the table thing. I'm talking about not only individually, like Again, if Bruno Gomes was doing it in a team that's performing so poorly, I'd be hearing his name getting sang from every single Raptors. Nobody. It's the first time I've ever heard anybody this season say Bruno Gomes is having a great season.
Yeah, I don't think
Even speak to Newcastle fans, they probably wouldn't say he's been their best midfielder this season. I'd have said Tonali of late is looking like the bad boy in Newcastle's midfield and a bit of a resurgence. So, and that's just one for example. I don't know.
Listen, I feel like I've got to look at the midfield that's there. But no, Shaq, listen, go through my boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Listen, yeah, I'm a hard person to please, man. I don't. This is not gonna be a distance of odds. Like, I've players don't really impress me these days. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's mad that Szoboszlai is as one of the best midfielders this season. I don't, because when you actually stop and deep, hey, there's been games where Rice ain't been so great or haven't shown the quality, especially in a final third where Szoboszlai had. But again, not Rice's fault. Like I said, he's a ball winner. Hell is he doing in our box, innit? But when I stop and deep it, like, who else really is in that conversation? Do you know what I mean? Because I've seen Szoboszlai both play right back, in midfield. He's had the right blend of energy and technique, whether that's finishing. One thing about Szoboszlai, his decision making when under pressure in like past seasons, I think it's been poor, man. I really do think I'm starting to see a difference in him.
Though, I think he's getting when he needs to do certain things now, and he's making those extra runs. But it's set piece delivery as well, and it's not even just the delivery into the box. I'm talking the shots that he can pull off from mad angles, from mad distances. He's got a total midfield package right now that I think is. Go on.
By the way, listen, I just want to do something real quick here. I'm just gonna go through a couple names here. But are we talking about Cams, centre mids, and DMs?
I'm just talking about midfield block. I'm just talking about midfield block.
Midfielders in general.
So cool. Again, there's Bruno Fernandes. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not putting him in this, but Bruno Fernandes. Okay. Obviously, there's Declan Rice, Xhaka, James Gardner, Elliot Anderson, Matisse Fernandes for West Ham. He's been top lately.
Yeah, I think don't even better spots about hear it.
Yeah, obviously Enzo Fernandez, Yuri Tillman,
Casemiro. No
Casemiro, that's some late.
Uncle Dre. No Uncle Dre.
Yeah.
There's Zubimendi, but no, you know what? I hear it, man. I mean,
I think Zubimendi's been good as well, to be fair, considering this has been his first season. I think he deserves a bit of credit in that respect. But I'm looking at, obviously you said don't talk about the league position. I think, you know, the Andersons, the lad from West Ham, a couple of the lads down there, I'm looking at them thinking, yeah, but yous are already playing in poor squads and yous aren't being necessarily the difference maker. It's a big gap to try and say yous at the table. So it always feels relative. When I'm saying the best, it's usually team of the season. There's a couple of outliers, like Kirkes last season for Bournemouth was the outlier, but he had a fantastic season at left back. But the majority of the body of it comes from City, Arsenal, United, Chelsea, or potentially Liverpool. So I'm looking at our table. Yeah, you could talk about Enzo potentially. I don't know if you think he's had a better season than Caicedo, but when I've spoken to Chelsea fans think Caicedo is the glue for your system. You could obviously be talking, Shaq could be talking about Rice, potentially Zubimendi. And I know Bruno would get a shout because of the numbers and his output anyway. But I just think Dominic Szoboszlai, at least this season, deserves to be sat at that table having that conversation for his individual output. You've got to at least say, yeah, man, he's mashed work this season. And he's done it at a time when the rest of the Liverpool team hasn't been as strong with the added pressure of Wirtz in the mix, Gravenberch and McAllister, that were both in team of the season last year. So the level that he stepped up is...
So again, you rattle off why Szoboszlai has had a great season. We spoke about the run. Do Liverpool perform well without him in the next couple of games?
He's there now, isn't it? Apparently,
he's back.
How?
Because he only got a 1 game ban in the Premier League for the foul being outside the box, and it was the last man. It was a straight red.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was just a straight red. Also, for whatever that situation was, it was only actually a 1 game.
Okay.
Which is why obviously he was able to play the FA Cup on.
Fairs. I didn't. Okay. Just to round things up and we move on. Obviously, Jermaine Pennant came out today, and I just want to get your take, Errol. He said that Van Dijk's better than JT. Quickly, you ain't gonna go too crazy. I just wanted to get your take. on that.
Not mad, is it? It's not mad. Look, I'm a black lad from Liverpool. I ain't never giving JT no flowers. You get me? I ain't never giving JT
I hear
no
it.
flowers. But
I hear
Yeah,
it. I
you
hear
get
it.
me?
I
We can
hear
do
it.
the
I hear
football
it.
thing. We can do the football thing. But I'm also keeping. Do you get me? I'm a keeping. You know one of them ones. So
I hear it.
yeah.
I hear it. I hear it. And yeah, we ain't even gonna speak no further. Listen, moving on. You know, Manchester United are on a good run right now. But they did obviously draw their last game to West Ham. Shells, what's your take on United so far, man?
Nah, man. It's, you know what? Again, just off what we spoke about, we talked about how difficult going to these teams that are fighting for relegation, especially away from home. Do you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a type of brand of football that you just don't want to see. And I knew this game was going to be the most difficult game in the 5 games that we played because we were up against Nuno Espirito, bro. This guy's got a number. Do you know what I mean? Like where he's been at Wolves, he's had our number. Where he's been at Nottingham Forest, he's had our number. Do you know what I'm saying? We can't beat this guy. So I knew what game was getting. And I knew my man wasn't going to cut his hair ultimately. But I just have to look at the positives in that game. Listen, it wasn't a great result, but one thing I'll always say that what Carrick has been doing is that it's shown that under adversity, regardless of the circumstances, United are going to score. And I didn't feel like that under Amrin at all. I did not feel like that. And I feel like Carrick has definitely reinstalled that principle in terms of United just keep going and able to score late goals. But yeah, moving forward, I think it's going to be very similar against Everton in terms of them setting up deep, low block. Obviously, with a bit more quality as they've seen in the table, and they've beat a lot of sides this season. They also beat us against at Old Trafford when we had 10 men. When they had 10 men, sorry. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult game, but for me, our low block solution is just putting on that small forward that I keep talking about, Benjamin Sesko, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, I know people haven't been high on him, but I've always said, bro, you just got to give these men a chance, bro. And you got to give them a platform. I think since Amrin's been away, he scored at Brighton. He scored a brace against Burnley. He's come off of the bench against Fulham. He scored. He's come off the bench against West Ham. He scored. So he's in form, bro. Against West Ham, he should have been on the pitch way more earlier. I kept saying this. They struggle with corners. They struggle with set pieces. And who better than to have a 6'5" player? So I think Carrick's got to find a balance and a solution because someone's got to drop out of the front three, in it, or front four, should I say. Bruno's definitely playing. Ahmad is our best winger, but then he doesn't have the GA to go with it. And Burma has to play because he's our most dangerous, he's our most prolific forward. Then you have Cunha, who you bought for 62.5 million. He's got so much quality, but it looks like he's the odd one out. And he probably has to do a bench role. So it's definitely a conundrum United are in, but it's a good problem to have also. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm never going to complain about having quality players that are going to have to call for rotation. It's just a shame that, unfortunately, United have 40 games this season, and that's why it's such a problem.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you then. Do you think you've got the advantage over the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea for those top 4 or top 5 positions now?
Yeah, I do. I genuinely do think so. I think that will be the case moving forward because you saw United when they had to play 2 games back to back, when they had to play on Saturday and Tuesday. You saw the performance against West Ham. I think when United do have that well-rested period, we are a bit more fresher. We are a bit more the continuity with the team is there as well. We're not making much changes. So I think that's definitely going to benefit us, especially in the later rounds. I know Villa, Emery already, he's going to prioritize Europe. Do you get what I'm saying? He's going to prioritize Europa. Liverpool, again, I still think their best options right now are cups. And then also Chelsea, you're still in the FA Cup and you're still in the Champions League. So, yeah, I do think United have an advantage in that sense. But it just remains to be seen, man, if we can get over the line. But I think we should. I'm very confident in what I've seen in the 5 games under Carrick that United should be okay.
I can't lie, those shows. I think and Bruno's got to be the one to get dropped. And it sounds harsh.
What?
I hear it. Go on, carry on. Go on, land.
Harsh, but when you're playing against teams that are going to defend more, yeah, he can't really play with his back to goal, man. He can't really bring others into play. And I think sometimes people want to, don't get me wrong, like, scoring goals is important, isn't it? But just because you take out a man that scored all the goals, it doesn't mean that other players can't Do you know what I mean? You still got Bruno in the team. You see what a strike that Sesko has. Even though me, I don't know really. I'll go with Sesko, but even Xerxes can get a little shift up there because he can pin a defender, just play it on and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? So if there's a low block, cross the ball. Sesko's got the height. You know what I mean, and obviously he can head the ball in. Do you know what I mean? And he can also find space in between defenders, isn't it? And he's got a good strike on him. Like he can score a difficult goal as well. So it'll be very harsh on Mbeumo, but I think Mbeumo's more for the bigger games where there's a little bit more space in behind where he can stretch defenses in it. But I think low block, I can't lie. Try Sesko for a couple of games or maybe even a Xerxes, man. That's what I would do anyway. I want to drop Diallo either. I think he's too important for them, man. With the width that he offers them.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he's not necessarily giving us the GA output at the moment. And I say that because there was a time where against West Ham, bro, last kick of the game, my man's looking to pass when he's gone past to the fullback. I'm like, broski, you got to develop a killer instinct, fam. Do you know what I mean? You have to, because this is where the top players get played, bro. I'm the United fans. We gas up Diallo to the most, and rightfully so at times. But you have to be a top end player. You have to start giving that GA output, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but listen, you man were under a terrorist regime, man. It ain't too long ago since you got your Independence Day. Man's been playing
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Playing wing back for a year, man. You know what I mean? Give him a bit of time, because before when he was playing on the wing, he was getting decent numbers. You get me? So yeah, man. Sometimes it takes a little time to get away from a regime. You know what I mean? The schools and that, and the roads need to get built up. Like, give him a little time. But obviously, if time goes, and then he constantly finds himself in attacking positions that he's not producing, then okay, cool. Then you can take him out in it, you know what I mean? But for now, he offers you something more than just GNA in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
He's a vertical piece, man.
Facts.
Here it's still. Obviously, again, listen, man, we've spoke about Saka. Oof, boy.
Hey, we spoke about Saka, but I'm talking about reason why I say
we know this.
Reason why I say this is because if Ahmad is going to play, like you said, that means Mbeumo has to go on the left or he has to go on the bench. And again, I talk about prolific goal scorers. He's our most prolific goal scorer, isn't it? But then I also hear Shat that I have said this as well. Mbeumo, big games, incredible. The smaller games where you have less space, I'm not sure about it. And that's why I think Ahmad, and it's also, bro, there's no harm in coming off the bench for 30 minutes and grabbing me a goal. It happens, bro. Sometimes someone's got to do that thing, bro. Listen, you want to play Champions League football or not next season? You want to play 40 games again, bro? Man's starving out here. Man is starving. Get me? Anyway. What we saying, bro? I've got to switch the subject. Mainoo to the Euros. What we saying?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm not. I'm here for it, man.
Whoa.
Leave Bellingham at home. BBO Judy, leave them at home, bruv. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Hey,
man.
wait.
The last time Mainoo played in a final with Rice and Bellingham, he was the best midfielder on the pitch. I'm not trying to hear it, man. I'm not trying to hear it, bro.
Let's get the ball on the ground again. Let's get the ball on the ground again. Wait. Hey, so obviously Joe said not Saka. Could be Mainoo to the Euros. Yeah. So wait.
Yeah, he can go to the Euros. He's not going to no World Cup in the summer. The boy, he's not going to no World Cup.
It's the World Cup. It's not even Euros.
That's him, bro. He's not going.
All right. Why is he not going then? Why is he not going?
Bro, do you know what it is? Yeah, I just don't think he's all that. Like, I know.
Hey,
look,
you know I love this. Shaq said it's hard for people to impress him. Everyone's here saying, "Yo, like my man ain't."
I'm not moved. I'm not moved by me. I'm genuinely not. Like, and again, you might turn around to me, Charles, and say, "Look, Mainoo's had to play in a terrible midfield for a number of seasons now, 3 seasons tops, where you think he's not played at the best Manchester United side, but he's been a good performer whenever he's been given opportunities, or he's had purple patches throughout those periods." And I can turn around and say, okay, yeah, that's fair. But when I'm looking at wanting to win big competitions, I would be wanting to look at the teams and the players that come from the best possible team, because there's a whole bracket of players like Mainoo that have played And no, but like Anderson's that are playing for not the Forest had a good season last season. You've got obviously Morgan Rogers, you've had Jacob Ramsey, you've had these players that have played for other teams that you could say they're in the not saying mould, but they're in that same bracket of raw quality. But there are players like Curtis Jones that can't even get a look in for England. Curtis Jones has been a two-time Premier League winner.
Sometimes you just got to burn it, bro. Listen, you can mention Curtis Jones as much as you want on this channel. On your channel, Redmen TV, it's not going to happen. Okay? He's not going to happen. It's not.
Where's the respect for the ball, though? Because at the same time, my man's been there, done it, and won big honours at his age. Kobe Mainoo, respectfully.
Kobe won the FA Cup. He won the FA Cup. He scored in the FA Cup final. He was playing in the Euros final.
And was the best midfielder with Rice and Bellingham on the pitch. I need to add that. I needed to add that.
So
I'm just not moved. As I say, it all depends on what Tuchel wants to do. But if it was me, he might be in the squad, but he's not going to be in the starting midfield. I can't see how he gets into that starting midfield. Not by the summer. I just don't think his form is going to warrant it.
What's your starting midfield then?
Probably Rice. I'd have somebody like an Anderson, and I'd have somebody like a Rodgers in there as well.
So no Bellingham.
To be honest, again, I wouldn't be upset if Bellingham weren't starting in that midfield. Genuinely, it wouldn't bother me too much. And I don't know whether it's at a point where I don't watch enough of his game for Real Madrid, or I'm just not as bothered by Bellingham. I think there are better players playing homegrown footy right now that you could say, yeah, they'll give it a better go.
Errol, sorry, very quickly, I could just give you a brief description. Bellingham for Real Madrid is basically playing for free kicks and diving on his all fours like a bad bee. That's what it is. I'm just letting you know. And also his first touch is a tackle. That's what I need to tell you.
And as I say, like again,
he could come in clutch.
But he comes in clutch. And that's what I'm saying. You've got to have a space for players like that in the tournament. But I don't know in terms of starting. My style for England would potentially be in that midfield engine room. I'd want it to be industrious as fuck. I'd want lads that are going to run the other team into the ground and not be out forward. So I'm looking at Declan Rice, I'm looking at Elliot Anderson, and I would be looking at somebody like a Rodgers in there as well, just as a little bit of a difference maker. Obviously, Cole Palmer's got to be in there, but would you put him out on the left? What you do with it? You put him out on the right? I'm not really sure.
It's a mad.
He's not looking to get into that middle. I just think there's too much competition for that middle. And I know already Curtis Jones won't be included to the level that I think he deserves. But I just don't see how it's nailed on that Kobe is head and shoulders above him as a midfielder, given what he's done.
One thing I'll say on this, is that you Liverpool fans and even me, I rate Curtis Jones, but your manager don't. So you can say as much as he should be here, he should be. Well, he's not even in the pitch for Liverpool.
No, I hear that, but that was the same thing. That was the same thing for Mainoo for half of the season. So I don't know how you end up. I don't know how you're going to have a 6 month good form.
Independence Day.
It's true. The only thing that might go for him is you might look at the data come the World Cup and see how many players have had X amount of minutes in the legs, and you might give him a nod because he's probably going to be fresher than the majority of the midfielders he's competing for the spot.
In the games that he's been playing, sorry to interrupt you again, the 5 games, he's been probably like up there Manchester United's best players.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I'm saying. If he continues that form, there'll always be the argument. I think what will go in his favour is the fact that his legs are going to have a less amount of minutes in them. So you expect him to be the heartbeat of that engine room in midfield then, because everybody else is going to come off the back end of long seasons. Do you know what I mean? Forest is still in Europe, and they'll be pushing for that irrespective of their league position. Arsenal are obviously going to go as deep as they can in all competitions. Chelsea, whoever else, or Aston Villa are going to be in Europe. Mainoo's in a good position from that perspective to be utilised because they're going to need somebody that's still relatively fresh. By the time you're playing in America, it's going to be hot. Mexico, Canada, all them things. But lads, I've got to bounce because I've got a game to get to.
No worries, man. Love
every time, yeah. I'll catch you later. Safe.
Love Errol, man. Thanks for coming on. Make sure you subscribe to Errol. You know what I'm saying? Hans, go on. Well, who's your England midfield, bro? And what do you think?
I'm gonna be real. I think one person that has to start for me is Morgan Rogers. I think for me, he's been the fittest player. He can do what you need a 10 or a left winger to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's kicked on from last season into this season, bro. Just the main man. But You know what? I feel like I hear what everyone's saying in terms of like industrial, just like legs, runners. I think Elliot Anderson has to play. I would definitely say Declan Rice, have that pivot there.
So
Then
you're going
10th,
for the same midfield, Declan Rice, Anderson,
yeah,
and
yeah. I can't lie. You can't even beat that, bro. I feel like it's just too balanced. Honestly speaking, man. Then the 10 position, whoever gets that free roam, whatnot, bro, choose, man. I'm saying Morgan Rogers because I feel like Palmer can still have a better output on the right. Where Saka may not or Foden.
I can't lie though. Saka's numbers for England are brazy,
For sure, for
brazy.
sure. But I feel like it's a good problem to have, man. But for me, I think Rogers has to play. And I'm not even too. Listen, I'm a big Cole Palmer fan. I'm not even too mad if Cole Palmer don't even play, bro. You
So are
get
you
me?
are you taking Mainoo or not? Then
Or hell, like nah, man. I feel
you're
like
not
there's
taking him.
nah, nah, nah. I mean, for me, it's not mad if he goes. It's not mad if he doesn't go. I don't feel like he. I mean, he's only had like 5 games where he's like, do you know what I mean? It's tough. I think if Mainoo does roll, it has to be for Foden. That's my take. Because Foden has fallen off a. I won't say fallen off a cliff, but since that.
He has fallen off a cliff. If it was anyone else, we'll say he's fallen off. He's fallen
No,
off a
I
cliff.
know, and it's a second season in a row that he's done that. But yeah, for me, if anyone's not on that plane, uh, and yeah, Mainoo has to swap, then it has to be Phil Foden for me, man. Do you know what I
Can't
mean?
lie,
But
I'm with you, Shaq, man. This is what I like you, bro. No, I'm saying I'm not hearing this Mainoo disrespect still. I'm not liking it. But this is what
I'm a
happens.
big fan. I can't lie. I'm a big fan of the player, but you know what it is, guys. Real quick, yeah. Like the reality is, good players are gonna miss out. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because and also, there's certain man that Tuchel likes, in it. You know what I mean? He really likes Morgan Rogers. I know he hasn't had a good season, but Eze might still be in the picture. You know
yes,
what I mean? Madueke might even be in the picture. You know what I mean? So there's gonna
Chill.
be some man that are gonna miss out in it. You know what I mean? Tuchel has his favorites, man. This is why right now we're sitting down here and well, no one here is saying that Bellingham should be starting in that midfield because they've seen a midfield for England without him and Tuchel not so keen on him. Obviously he's had his injury issues as well, but Tuchel not so keen on him, man. So yeah, that's just the reality. That
I think
some
with
man
with
might miss
Jude,
out, man. Good
with,
players
with
will.
Jude, I feel like if he misses out, bro, I can't lie. Tuchel, you're a mad guy for doing that. Because if that's me, obviously I know you ain't had the greatest of season, but to drop Bellingham is a mad thing. But I feel like Jude hasn't. He's stuck in this place where it's like, am I am I a 10? Am I setting him in? Am I a DM? If you just focused on one position, I feel like that's where it might be a bit easier. But then Tuchel's got another way of playing. Three at the back, four at the back. It's too technical, man. But yeah, as you said,
I hear you, man. I just
Shaq,
think
when you said someone's missing out,
do
regardless.
you know what it is with Bellingham? Yeah, he's sort of like he's the closest thing yeah to industry plant. I feel like he's just a player yeah that kind of just been sold to the masses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember I was having conversations with people, and they'll be like, "Oh, his passing is top, everything was top tier." I'm watching this guy, his first touch as a tackle, and it's like, and now because under Ancelotti,
You're
yeah,
harsh, bro.
like, nah, I'm not harsh, bro. Like, bro, world class in that, and your first touch is a slide tackle, brother. You should be playing in the championship. You know what I mean? That ain't harsh. It's football, mate. It's about your ability with the feet and the ball.
What about his first season, innit? And then obviously he had performances for England as well. That's one thing I'll give Bellingham as well.
Yeah, I
He,
don't.
he's been gone.
Against shows, I don't think his performances, like both for England and Real Madrid, but I just see this man running about, like just headless chicken. But
Yeah.
because he's got a mad engine and he's got the pace, he's got the power. You know what I mean? He can rifle a shot or two. He will get on
Mm,
the end. He will get on the end of chances. Like Ancelotti saw you that his physicality is probably the best thing about him. That's why he
mm.
played in the 10 in the 4-4-2 diamond. You know what I mean? So who was it? So Rodrigo and Vinny can split, and he could be the one running in the middle. But bro, do you think my man was creating or dictating or any of that? No, we're just running around, bro.
But this is what I'm saying though. Shaq, this is why I feel like it's annoying because
Yeah.
what he done at Dortmund, bro, that run, bro, with Haaland and stuff, bro, he actually played well, and that's why his move to Real Madrid was so warranted, bro. You get me?
To
So
be
it's
fair,
a, it's a tough one.
I didn't get to see him at Dortmund in it, so I can't really comment. Maybe he
Mm.
did show better qualities like Dortmund, but I don't know for whatever reason since then it hasn't been that. But I'm sorry, like when I watch him, bro, I'm not impressed. Do you know what? I would rather Szoboszlai than my guy. Big man team.
I ain't mad
I'd
at
rather
that
have a
too.
Szoboszlai on my team than a Jude Bellingham.
I ain't.
Serious.
Let us know your thoughts on that, innit? I wanna step away from England because we got like 10 minutes away, and then the Champions League gonna start. Let's just quickly touch on Chelsea, innit? Because there has been a couple of news coming out of Chelsea. Just quickly as well, it says midfield 2 stat for England. Every national team selects players don't have great seasons coming into the tournaments. Kobe didn't have enough credit in the bank to be someone that goes. Fair enough. Let's talk about Chelsea. I want to talk about a possible Jackson return. Hans, obviously, it's been reported today that Jackson ain't returning. Liam Delap ain't in the greatest of form. Obviously, João Pedro's doing his thing for sure. But would you welcome a Nicholas Jackson return?
Hell yeah, bro. I think no, that can't, broski. That's not a no-brainer. But I feel like what's been reported is that he had issues with Maresca. You get me? My man's out the way now, so I'm cool with it. I think he gives us a different dynamic, and I feel like if he comes in right now, he's ahead of the lap. You know what I mean? And I was high on the lap. But the other issue is we got Omega, if I pronounce his name right, right from Strasbourg. We signed him. He's come to Chelsea in the summer. What do we do? That's the only issue. I'm happy for Jackson to come back, but someone has to go. That's 4 strikers, bro. Unless Jackson plays left, which could be very versatile, bro. That could work. You get me? Listen, it's tough, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I feel like Jackson.
Cool. Let me ask you this question then. Yeah. Jackson comes in, Delap gets sold. Are you doing it?
There's no way they're doing that, bro.
What do you mean there's no way? There's a way. This is Chelsea. This is your module.
I don't think
this is your module. It's not a mad thing to say.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. But see what it is. You got. That's a tough one, bro. Because I was about to say,
yes or no, my guy.
No, I ain't doing that.
You're keeping Delap over Jackson.
The only way this works here is if Omega go back to Strasbourg for another 2 years, bro. That's what I'm saying. There's no way Delap's getting after 1 season. I don't see that happening. And if that does happen, that's dark.
It's not dark, bro. It's not dark.
It's dark, bro.
What are you saying, Shaq? Because I saw you nodding your head when he said, "Yeah, we'll keep Jackson." Go on. What's your opinion?
Listen, I had a conversation with some Chelsea man the other day on nothing. I was like, "Hey, listen, if you man still had Jackson in your squad, maybe that second leg would have gone a bit differently. Instead of having to play Delap out wide, which I don't know what Maresca was doing. You know what I mean? You would have had someone that could actually run the channels, that would actually ask questions of defenders. Look, I get that Jackson had his deficiencies. He wasn't the best of finishers. I think towards the end, his discipline wasn't there as well. But I'm sorry, I'm going to keep reiterating it. Footballers don't really impress me no more. I think the state of football is kind of dark when it comes to quality of footballers. I think to find a Nicholas Jackson, a player of that ability, that could be a squad player, that could play up top, that could play on the left, it's very difficult to find.
Facts.
Because a lot of Chelsea fans will tell me that, oh, well, sell him and get someone better. Like, stop and look around. You're not, it don't really exist, especially not at that price point. You must spend, what, 34, 35 million on him? What, 14 open play goals in his first season? 9 in the second? Okay, cool. He was in a bad run of form, but I really do think he's got some good qualities.
Hey, listen, you know what? And not to even cut you off, my bro. I feel like what sticks out to Chelsea fans, Newcastle game last season, and the Club World Cup where he got the red card in both those games. That ultimately made Chelsea fans look at him like, bro, I can't. You're just not serious, bro.
Yeah.
The times that we needed him, he failed us.
Yeah.
But and I feel like Maresca was he was that, bro. You're not trustworthy. I can't have you around. But the good thing about it is that because you loaned them out, and now look, he ain't having a great season at Bayern Munich. Now it's like, yo, you can come back in. But this is why football happens so quickly. Like, we wanted to move on, but it's like if his output was at Chelsea, I don't think we would be in this position. He's so unique, bro. I feel like there's it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one, and I feel like he done it to himself ultimately. But me personally, bro, I'll take Jackson back all day long because as you Shaq said, bro, who's really out there, bro? Who's really out there? But the only issue is that he didn't play for Senegal in the AFCON as well, so they had another type of way of playing. But I feel like there's a quality player in there, bro. My man's still young, bro, like 22, 23, I think, bro. You get me? He's still raw, and that's Chelsea's issue. We're signing a lot of raw players, bro. You need ready-made. You see Man City going to the January window and they're buying Semenyo, bro. Turn up your whole thing, bro. Mark Guay, same thing, bro. Ready-made in the Prem.
Instant
Same thing,
starters, isn't it? Instant
you get
starters.
it? Same thing with United. Mbuemo, Cunha. Yes, there's gonna be a patch where they don't perform, but over time, bro, they're gonna do their thing. And Jackson was going into his I think it was his third season. Yeah, man. But then the signing Omega as well, bro. It doesn't look good, bro. That's 4 strikers. But then again, 2 of them are hybrids. I feel like Jackson, not Jackson. Yeah, Jackson can play on the left and up front, and João Pedro can play up front and in the 10. It's not a bad. It's not a bad problem. Yeah, and on the left, it's not a bad problem.
All right, let me ask you one more question and let's get out of here, innit? Cucurella, you're one of your most important players, one of your most Mr. Consistent. Let's be real. For the last 2 or 3 years now, top left back in my opinion, up there with the best. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. You have Jerome Hato to come in. Is that adequate cover? Are you happy with that? Are you going to be okay in Cucurella's absence? Because you have 4 weeks, and I keep telling you about your next games after Burnley, Hans. You know what I'm saying? After Burnley.
You know what? With that being said, I feel like this is why qualifying top 8 in the Champions League is important. Because if we didn't, we'd have been playing today or tomorrow. It would have been dark. True. Where his absence would have been felt. But we qualify. So look, again, players are in the bye right now. There's been speculation that these men are violent and whatnot. But bro, Chelsea had no rest.
I saw that man turning up, bro. I saw that man turning up.
Hey, I hear it. Listen, I hear it. I mean, again, Chelsea operate differently. And now if it's players that haven't been playing well, like Garnacho or Jamie Gittins, I might have an issue. But they need a break. But I feel like I saw this on Twitter. Cucurella is Aspilicueta in terms of just Mr. Reliable, just there, just playing for the badge, bro. And I feel like his absence would be missed, but it has to be had to. Everyone's saying our fixtures is dark, but broski, if you know Chelsea, bro, we're gonna pull these wins out the bag, boy.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to that.
We're gonna pull these wins out the bag. Like, and listen, guys, listen. Cool, Shaq. Because again, you said it today. It takes a lot to impress you. What's your honest take on Liam Rossinho? Because I can't lie, that man. Listen. The other day, by the way, I said that Andre Santos, is in the conversation. Could be Mainoo, innit? You know what I'm saying? Shows
not too much, by the way.
Yeah. But I was just saying.
Why did you ruin it, man?
No. This is cool. But this is calm.
I like Andre Santos as well. I think he's alright. But why did you ruin it, man?
Listen, I'm not saying he's in the same level. And again, it's cool because again, it ties into what my question is. I'm not saying he's on the same level, but when you talk about young midfielders, I feel like Andre Santos should be mentioned. But I wanted to ask you about what you've seen from Liam Rossinho so far, and what he's done with the squad so far. Yeah, more or less, bro.
I think he's used the squad a little more than Maresca did in his latter stages. For all of the good things about Maresca, one thing I didn't like was this inverted fullback stuff. I think Gusto's been allowed to go on the overlap, although he hasn't really shown a lot of quality. But I think he's a thinking manager. I think initially after the second leg semi-final, I'm like, yo, what is he doing? But when you get into a situation where like Neto, James is missing, and Palmer and Esteval probably wasn't ready to start, it's very difficult in it. But at least he came up with some sort of plan in it. So he's won the games that he's needed to win. Do you know what I mean? And you guys would have gotten the W against Leeds if it wasn't for your goddamn centre backs. You know what I mean? Long may it continue. Sorry, but I think he's all right, man. But obviously there's still a lot more that I need to see that needs to come from him. But I think he's a thinking manager. I think he's used the squad a bit more, and I think you guys look a little less restricted, I must say, in comparison to Maresca.
And on that note, bro, I feel like it's important because I feel like even Tuchel said it, man. Like, yes, we got our system in place, but bro, if someone's really expressive, bro, let them do their thing, bro. That's where they're gonna get their best work. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's where you could say Saka's probably regressed. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's a bit too past, but it's too full. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need a bit of freedom to be a good football player, bro. And this is why, going back to the conversation about who goes to England, you need a lot of players that you can just drop them and they can ball out. They don't need systems. That's my take. Take guys that don't need a system to ball out, bro. But no, I'm with you, Shaq, man. I'm with you still. I think shows, any take on Chelsea so far for yourself?
No, man. Again, I just think I got to give you credit because all you can do is beat who's in front of you, and that's what Chelsea have done. Regardless of who you played, Liam Rosenior's won 7 and 9, I believe. The only two losses have come against Arsenal. So yeah, man. Credit where it's due. I always just say the next after Burnley, we're gonna see the real side.
Who you got, shows? Can you like obviously?
Yeah. So basically, after Burnley, Chelsea's next fixtures are. I do agree with you, Hans. Definitely, Chelsea always rise to fixtures that you think they're not going to win. In the bigger games, they do a better job. But again, this is all I can go off.
By the way, I'm saying early on that I think Chelsea draw to Arsenal. I think that's a given, and I think they also draw to Spurs as well. That's just my take.
So here we go. You got Burnley at home on Saturday. Then you have Arsenal away. Then you got Villa away. So that's 2 big away games off the rip, back to back. Then you got Wrexham away.
Hey, by the way, Wrexham away, dark.
Yeah, it's not going to be. It's never easy going to these grounds away from home. It's not easy. But then you have Newcastle at home. Then you have Everton away. Then you have after that you have Man City at home. Then you have Man United at home.
That's 2 back-to-back home games. That's calm.
Then it's Forest. Then it's Liverpool. Then it's Sunderland. It's dark.
Bear man fighting for stuff in that. Yeah.
Sunderland away from home as well.
On the last day, Hans.
Yeah, man.
Listen, this is we just got to win the games that we need to win. I can't lie. Then you see the other ones, cool. But no, I don't really see what it is, and maybe I'm being reactionary, but what Liam Racine has done, I'm going into games just a bit more like, yeah, man. So we can conjure up something. We can conjure up something, man. Yeah. We just need to get a good cushion. We just blood. Listen. I said it earlier. We're gonna be in the same. Everyone's in the same chiz, bro. Everyone's in the
not
same.
me. Not me. Hey.
Sorry.
Hey. That was 2021, 2022. I ain't no combos no more, man. Hey. Thank the Lord, amen. Hey.
Shaq, that mean you're saying you win the Prem?
Huh?
That mean you're saying you win the Prem?
No, I'm just saying I'm not in top 4 combos. Like, I don't know what you man are doing. You know what I mean?
You just said. So what? You're gonna win the Prem if Arsenal do what they need to do. Because you said you're not worried about City, right?
Yeah. I don't want to be disrespectful. I actually really do rate their quality, but again, I just see my own team as my own enemy. I just think it's enemy in it. It's just one of them ones, but we do have an advantage. Right now everything's just in a balance, man.
Yeah,
in a balance. But
you know what? I hear it. Let's leave it as that in it because PSG are currently losing 1-0 to Monaco in the Champions League. Listen, it's been a good show. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. Please. Go and subscribe to Football Locker Room Banter, innit? That's Shaq. He does it with his boy James. Both Arsenal fans, cool brothers, get me. Go and support the team. Also, make sure you follow Errol on Twitter. Follow Errol on Twitter. He's on Redman TV as well, but if you want to see his personal views, go over there. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Ish in the chat, man. Big up Mikey that. Big up Wild. And yeah, man, listen. Motion with Sports, shows and hands, plus Shaq. And Errol today, top 6 therapy. We lot will see you in the next episode, innit? Peace, man.
Love, man.